All right. Hi everyone. Good evening, student. So this is our first day, right? An introduction here. This is our introduction program, no? Right? So can you all hear me? Let's do for like. Can you all hear me, Lamai? Okay. Right. Okay, Lamai. So this is our first day, and this is our introduction program. So before the beginning, I will introduce myself. Right? Okay. So I'm Samir M. Devage, and I graduated in University of Sri Javardhanapura, Faculty of Technology, University of Sri Javardhanapura, and currently I'm working as a school teacher, and I attend A-level practical exam board as examiner, and also I'm doing Sinhala and English medium engineering technology classes in Nugegoda and Gampaha district. Okay, so today is our introduction program. So introduction means subject introduction program, no? So subject introduction. So here I will briefly explain about our engineering technology subject, all the lessons and the content, right? So these things I will explain during this session. Okay, so before the beginning, so I will share a video clip that contain about the universities you can apply as a technology student. Okay, so please watch it. So one, okay, please watch it. Mm-mm.
Because pioneers in technology education is an institution of excellence. This flagship Faculty of Technology is one of the input faculties within.
Right. Okay. So, what do you think about this video clip? Huh? So is it good or it's impressed? Huh? So, and did you select your future university? What do you think? Yes. Alamai, what do you think? Okay. So here I have included all the universities, all the universities technology students can apply. Right? So, so okay. So try to select, or try to make your future university. That mean so you have a target, no? So you have a target, right? So that target, to achieve that target, what you need to do, you have to work hard, right? So assume you have to your future university, or your dream university is University of Sri Jayawardena, you know. So all the technology students dream universities, University of Sri Jayawardena. But if you need to come to this faculty or our university, so you have to work hard. You have to uh, get highest cert score. So then only you can come to our university. So therefore, try to make a target and to work for that target, right? Okay, so here today students are, I will discuss about all the subject, right? Here this is our subject introduction session. So here I will discuss with you about engineering technology subject, right? So before that, I will briefly discuss about technology and history, technology stream and history, right? So simply briefly I will discuss that part. Okay, right, Lama. Technology, right? The technology stream introduced in 2013, right? Introduced in 2013, right? First batch faced the exam in 2015, right? First batch exam phase run in 2015, right? Now we are in 2016, right? You are facing you face you face the exam in 2018, right? Technology 2018, this technology stream have a history, and there are so many opportunities, right? So you can get so many opportunities if you select this technology stream as your A level, right? If you do your A level in technology stream, right, you can get more opportunities, more career opportunities, and different kind of opportunities like career opportunities, and your skills also. You can develop your skills, and you can make a business, right? You can build a business because all the things, right? So these are all the things include in this subject, this engineering technology subject. Engineering technology, right? This engineering technology subject, right? Okay, so Lamai, so our engineering technology subject, right? Main technology, sorry. So our technology subject, stream, right? Our technology, right? Our technology subject stream, mainly we can categorize as two parts, Lama, right? I think you already know these things, yeah, right? You already know these things, but I will explain. So technology stream mainly we can divide as two parts, right? Engineering technology or ET, and biosystem technology, biosystem technology or BST, right? Biosystem technology and engineering technology, right? So today I will discuss with you about this part, that means engineering technology, right? Engineering technology, right? Okay, so as a engineering technology student, as an engineering technology student, right? Engineering technology student, ET, right? Right. ET, right? So ET student, right? Engineering technology student. So you have to study, or you should study main three subjects, right? So you definitely you have to study these three subjects, right? So then only you can apply for the universities, right? You can pass the exam, right? So you definitely you have to do three subjects, the main subject or the compulsory subject. So I mean the common subject, or so we can say common subject or compulsory subject. The compulsory subject mean, so uh, this subject is common for BST students and ET students. So that subject is SFT, right? ET. So here, okay, engineering, engineering technology, right? Engineering technology, uh, right. Engineering technology. Uh, students, students, right? Engineering technology students need to study three subjects, no? Three subjects. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, three subject, right? Need to study three subject. So the three subject. So the first one is my SFT, right? SFT or Science for Technology. Science for Technology, right? We call SFT, right? SFT. So this SFT subject is common for BST and AT students, right? So our main subject, right? So if you select engineering technology as your main engineering technology, so you will be your engineering technology student. So if you select BST, so you are biosystem technology student, right? So our main subject is engineering technology, right? Today I will discuss you with I will discuss you about this engineering technology subject, right? Okay, so here, and there is another one, so that is we call a bucket subject, or bucket subject, or third subject, right? The bucket subject, bucket, so bucket subject mean lamai, so that, so you can select 11 subject, 11 subject, right? So from, there are 11 subject, right? From these 11 subjects you can select one subject as your third subject, right? So okay, so there are 11 subject, there are 11 subject, right? So these are the 11 subjects are, the first one is lamai, right? The first one is okay, right. There are 11 subject. Okay, so our first one, okay, first one is economics, right? So economics, 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 right? So these are, there are 11 subject. First one is economic, second one is lamai home economics, home economics, home economics. uh third one is third one is geography, right? Third one, geography, 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 right? Geography. Fourth one, English, right? English, so you can English, right? English. And fourth, fifth one, sorry, the next one is English. Next one is ICT, so information and communication technology, ICT, ne? ICT. Then five, six. Six is media, right? Media, right? Media. So you can select media. And oh, not clear, right? Not clear, no? Okay, okay, okay. Right, wait. Uh, we'll write like this. Okay, the first one is economics. Econo Economics, right? First one is economics. Second one is home economics, ne? Home economics, home economics. Third one is geography, geography, geography. Fourth one is English, English. One is ICT, ICT, right? Next one is media, right? Media. media, media, and the next one, media, uh, art, right? Art, right? And next one is business studies, BS, business studies, and agricultural science, agri, agri, agricultural science, agri, uh, 9, right? Then next one is accountancy. Next one is accountancy, account, account, right? Account. Last one is Lamai, mathematics. Mathematics means general maths, right? Mathematics, right? Mathematics, right? So these subject, right? There are 11 subject. First one economics, home economics, geography, English, ICT, media, arts, and business studies, agri, account, and last one is mathematics, right? There are 11 subjects, right? Among them, right? From these subjects, right? From these subject, you can select one subject as your third subject, right? So my suggestion is try to select, right? Try to select ICT as your third subject, right? So try ICT as your third subject, right? So later I will tell you the reason, right? Later I will tell you the reason. So, but okay, but keep in mind, so you can select as your ICT as your third subject, right? So it's extra chance, right? So therefore try to select ICT as your third subject, right? Later I will tell you the reason, right? Okay, so there are 11 subject, no, right? From this subject, so you select any subject as your third subject, right? Okay, so then I will start about my lesson, my subject, my subject. So my subject is engineering technology, right? So about engineering technology, right? So as the mainly, right, engineering technology. So engineering technology, right, subject containing total 17 lessons. Total 17 lessons, right? There are 17 lessons, right? The total 17 lessons. So it we can group for grade 12. So you should learn 90 subject in grade 12, and in grade 13 you should learn 8 subject, 9 subject. You need to learn 9 subject in grade 12, and 13 subject, sorry, grade 13 you need to learn 8 subject, right? 8 subject, okay? The total 17 lessons, right? Sorry, subject name. Total 17 lessons or unit you should learn, right? Right. When you face the exam, you should learn, right? You have to learn total 17 lessons, right? Lessons or units. Okay, right. So let's see what are the lessons we should learn, right? Engineering technology. Okay, so in grade 12, in grade 12 MI, so you need to learn these lessons. The first one is introduction to engineering technology, second one is engineering drawing, third one health and safety, basic building technology, then basic motion forms and power transmission, next one automation, sorry, automobile technology, next one basic electrical technology and production technology, the last one is standard measurements and measuring instruments, right? So these are the 9 subject lessons you should learn, right? Okay, so first one is lamai introduction to engineering technology. Introduction to engineering technology mean lamai, so in this lesson, during this lesson, you learn you can learn about the history of technology, right? This is normally history, right? So we discuss about the history of technology, evolution, right? uh, right, so these things we learn in this part, right? Okay, so this is our first lesson, Lamai, right? This is our first lesson, right? So the second lesson is engineering drawing. Engineering drawings, right? It's very important one because so during this lesson, right? So right, during this lesson, you can learn about different type of drawings, uh, like mechanical drawings, architectural drawing or civil engineering drawings, and electronic drawings, right? So these drawings, so you can learn, you can, I will discuss with you about these drawing types and with examples. And you can learn you can learn about basic concept of the drawing, right? So drawing like uh, isometric method, projection view methods, right? Developments, right? So these and different standards, right? So the and symbols. So these things we learn in this subject, in this lesson. Okay, so then our third one is health and safety. No, so it's a called industrial health and safety or health and safety, right? So health and safety, right? This is very very important lesson, Lamai, right? Very important lesson for our safety, right? It's very important lesson for our safety. Why? So so during your A level time period, you have to do some practicals, right? So when you are doing these practicals, you have to deal with the mechanical equipments like machines, sometimes shaft tools, right? So therefore you should learn about the health and safety precautions and first aids, right? Then how to behave in accidents, like in sudden incidents, right? Some in emergency situations, right? In emergency situations, so you should learn, right, these things. So then only you can manage that situation, right? So if not, you can't manage the situation, right? So sometimes uh you will dead, right? So therefore this health and safety lesson is very important, right? So because after the A level or after your degree, you are going to work at site, right? So once, right, or site right? So site working site is very hazardous environment. There are so many hazards, right? So therefore this health and safety is very important. The safety precautions is very important, right? Okay, so right, so these things very important, Lama. So that's why we have this lesson. Okay, so then the next one is basic building technology. The basic building technology, the basic building technology, right? So under this lesson you can learn about the building construction methods, right? Techniques and activity, uh, work items, right? Building work items, right? And materials, the material classifications, right? So these things you can learn in this lesson. Okay, so then next one is basic motion forms and power transmission system. The basic motions and power transmission system. The basic motions and power transmission system. Lamai. So there are four motion types, right? So you can learn about these motion types and power transmission method, right? The power transmission one place to another place, there are so we can use different kind of power transmission methods, right? So you can learn these things also. Sorry, right? Okay, so then automobile technology, right? Automobile technology, it's very interest lesson for the boys, ne මේක හරි රසවත් පාඩමක් අපේ බැරි ළමයිට, right? So most students select technology or engineering technology, right? This is the reason. Automobile technology, right? This is the reason, right? So under automobile lesson, right, automobile lesson you can learn about a to z about vehicles, like all the systems, all the parts, right? Their working principles. So these everything you can learn in this lesson, right? The next one is basic electrical technology, right? Basic electrical technology, the basic electrical technology. So here you can learn about basic electrical, the basic concepts, and house wiring, right? So why house wiring? So you can, so I will discuss with you these things, right? So house wiring, right? House wiring, and their principles, right? And we discuss a bit about the resistor and resistor color codes, and inductors, capacitors, right? So these things and their behaviors, right? So we discuss in this lesson. Okay, we discuss this in this lesson. Okay, so the next one is production technology. The production technology lamai, production technology, production, right? So here we discuss about basic production method, the when woodwork or metal works, right? So how to right? Assume you need to do some assembly works, right? Wood or metal, right? So what kind of methods we can first, and you can learn about CNC machines, right? CNC codings, right? So these things you can learn in this part, right? Okay, so the last one is standard measurements and measuring instrument, right? Standard measurements, right? So there are also standards. So in engineering tech, in our engineering field also, we use, we followed some standards and standard measurements. Measurements mean for length, to measure the length or distance, we can use meters, kilometers, right? So this kind of standard measurement methods, standard measurement, right? So to measure a weight, so we can use kilogram, gram, milligram, right? Different kind of standard measurements, right? So here we learn these things, and we you can learn about vernier caliper and micrometer, screw gauge, right? So these things you can learn in this lesson. Okay, then totally there are 9 lessons, right? So under, right, so in grade 12 you should learn these 9 lessons. Okay, right. Okay, so then we can move on to our next part, no? So our next part is lamai what, yes, grade 13. Okay, so under grade 13 lamai there are 8 lessons, right? There are total 8 lessons you need to learn, right? So the first one is engineering standards and specification. Engineering standards and specification, this is our first lesson. As a grade 13 student, this is your first lesson, right? This is your first lesson. Okay, uh engineering standards, right? So there are different type of engineering standards, IEEE, ISO, or so these, there it's kind of different engineering standards, right? And specifications. When works, we should follow these specification or these standards, right? So we should maintain these things, right? So therefore we learn all the specifications and standards, right? Like IEEE, or then likewise. So we learn these things. Okay, so then our next one is lama electrical machines and power system. So electrical machines and power system, right? So here we learn about uh power transmission mean lamai viduli, current, right? Power transmission, right? Electricity transmission from generation house to our house. ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ house එක දක්වාම generate කරලා ඒක distribute කරන power transmission system, power transmission net. So you can learn about the power transmission network, right? The subways, right? These things you can learn. And also single phase, three phase motors, AC, DC motors, right? So these everything you can learn here. And also turbine wheel types, right? So turbine wheels and generator types, right? So these everything you can learn here. Okay, so then next one is basic electronic technology. The basic electronic, right? So here we learn about the basic things in electronic, right? So we learn about we learn about diodes, right? Transistors, right? PN junction, transistors, PN junction, and op amps, flip flop, right? So these things So these concepts and principles, so you can learn here. Okay, the next one is fluid machines, right? So fluid is fluid we used to we use in our day-to-day life to easily do, right? The reason, so using fluid we can easily do our day-to-day works, right? So for example, so if you need to so assume එහෙම හිතමු. Let's think mm, 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 mm. Yes, you have to transport, or you have to shift a high weight or higher weight, right? So they are, so that kind of cases we can use hydraulic jacks, right? To, right. ඒ වගේ දේවල්වලට අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම හිතන්නකෝ, ඔයාට බරක් උස්සන්න ඕනේ. අපිට hydraulic jack එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්, right? So vehicles නේ අපි lift එකක් විදිහට, so we can use hydraulic jacks as a lift, right? So these, and in our vehicle brake system also working with fluids නේ, working with fluids no, working in fluids no, working by using fluids, right? Oil we පාවිච්චි කරනවා, right? So they about these things, and refrigeration circle, right? So these things you can learn in this part. Okay, the next one is land survey and leveling. Land survey and leveling, right? The leveling mean lamai the land survey. So this, there are different type of survey methods, right? Surveying methods, right? So in chain survey, right? So you can learn about the chain survey and the basic principles and all the concepts, so you can learn. And leveling methods mean lamayo, so you can learn about auto level and auto level and theodolite, so these things also you can learn. Okay, so then now our next one is domestic water supply and waste management. Domestic water supply, right? So building water supply system, right? So we are discussing about building water supply system and all the equipment and pipes, right? So these things we learn in this lesson. And also waste management part, right? The recycling, reusing, about these concept, right? So about these concept we learn. Okay, the next one is preparation, bill of quantity and cost calculation, right? So before a construction start, beginning, right? We do a cost calculation or as cost estimation, right? So using this cost estimation, we can get an idea about the total cost we should spend for that construction works, right? And the total material required for that construction works, right? So therefore, so here we uh, discuss about that, right? How to do a cost estimation, how to do a material calculation, right? So what are the concepts, right? And what are the documents? What kind of documents we used for this purpose, this work, right? So here we discuss these things, right? The last one is entrepreneurships and management. Entrepreneurships and management, right? So assume in future you need to be an entrepreneur, right? So, so yes, if you select ET, yes, you can learn. The reason is you have an entrepreneurship part lesson, right? And how to find market opportunities. We will discuss, right? We discuss we discuss about how to find a market opportunities, and how to find how to swipe in market, and competitive market no, now the very competitive market නේ කියන්නේ හොඳ තරගකාරීත්වයක් තියෙනවානේ, right? So how to survive and how to find a market opportunity, right? huh? So what are the strength, right? So how so risk management, right? So these are everything you can learn here. Okay, right? So here, so then the total 8 lessons you can learn in grade 13. So when you're facing the exam, totally you should learn. There are total 17 lesson you should learn. Okay, right. So briefly I discuss with you about the uh, lesson content, right? Okay, so then I will move on to our next part. Okay, Lamai. So here I categorize are that all these 17 lesson as 4 parts, right? See, Lamai. So here very important, Lamai. So in see, right here I have categorized as 4 parts. No, the first one is civil, second part is mechanical, next one and the next one is electrical and electronic, the next one is common. Okay, so here I have categorized as 4 parts. So but the first one is civil. No, in civil, so under civil, right, under civil technology or civil engineering technology, so you should learn, right, basic building technology, land survey and leveling, domestic water supply and water management, and TDS. TDS mean preparation will be bill of quantity, right? That lesson, TDS. Okay, so there's basic building technology, land survey and leveling, domestic water supply and water manage waste water manage waste management, am I right? So waste management. The last one TDS or BOQ, right? So these are civil lessons. May occur civil part lessons, right? So mechanical lessons. The mechanical lessons are the basic motion types and power transmission. That's it. So this is a mechanical lesson. So automobile technology also mechanical one. The production technology is a mechanical lesson, right? The fluid mechanics, fluid machine also a mechanical lesson, right? So may mechanical lessons, right? Then electrical and electronic, basic electrical technology and electrical machines and power system. These two subjects are electrical lesson. May they come electrical. So this one is electronic lesson, basic electronic technology. So this one is a electronic lesson. Okay, so here there are again, see, there are 6 lessons. So lessons, ne? As a common. So common mean the first one, introduction to engineering technology, engineering drawings, health and safety, standard measurements and measuring instruments, and next one is engineering standards and specification. Right. So these 6 subjects are common for these 3 category. So that's why I categorize as a common. Okay, that's why I categorize as a common. Okay, right. For that, right, so that's why I categorize as a common. Okay, right, so then I will move on to my next part. Okay, so subject in, right, so my next part is my, yes, now we are going to discuss about the exam, right? So we discussed about the lesson, right? We discussed about the lesson and lesson content and lesson content. Yes. So then we are going to discuss about exam, right? Okay, Lamai. See, exam. So ET subject is a practical subject. The practical mean you have a written paper, right? You have a written paper and you should participate for the practical exams also, right? ඔයාට practical exam එකයි ලියන paper එකයි දෙකක් තියෙනවා, right? දෙකක් තියෙනවා, right? Okay, so exam mainly contain 2 parts, written exam and practical exam. For the written exam lamai, for the written exam may written exam එකට, right, for the written exam allocated marks 70. The total 70 marks allocated for the allocated 70 marks. Okay, so I will write here. Total 70 marks allocated for written exam, and the remaining 30 marks allocated for the practical exam. The remaining 30 marks allocated for the practical exam. Okay, the remaining 30 marks allocated for the practical exam. Okay, so then total marks is 100, right? The total marks, the total 100 marks. Okay, right. Right. The written exam and practical exam. Okay, Lamai, see this written exam. Here, the written exam, Lamai, this written exam containing two parts, Lamai. Structured essay. So here, paper, right? It containing two parts, right? Written exam, paper one. This is paper one, right? Paper one. And structured and essay part is paper 2 or paper 2. In paper 2 එක. එමයි තියෙන්නේ. Right. For the MCQ allocated time, yeah, 2 hours allocated for the MCQ. 2 hours allocated for the MCQ. මේ MCQ වලට ළමයි 2 hours තමයි allocate කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? 2 hours allocated, right? 2 hours. Oh. 2 hours allocated, right? 2 hours allocated for MCQ and 3 hours allocated 3 hours allocated for the paper 2, right? Paper 2. Okay, right. The total allocated marks 70 no? Marks are 70 no? Right. Total allocated marks are 70, right? So this 70 marks divide as 35 35 35 35 35 35 into 35 35. That means lamai, right? Right, paper 1, paper 2 ne? This paper 2 no? And this paper 1. Paper 1. Okay, the paper 1 and paper 2. For the paper 1 allocated 35 marks and paper 2 also allocated 35 marks. The total will be 70. හරිද 35 35 තමයි මේ දෙකට හම්බෙන්නේ. ඒතකොට මේ 35 තමයි නැවත මේවට බෙදලා යන්නේ. Right. So this 35 marks again divide as two parts. The for the structured part allocated 15 marks and 20 marks allocated for essay part, right? So here I discuss with you about net, right? Net marks කියන්නේ කැපිලා කෙටිලා බෙදිලා අවසානට, so final marks, right? This is a final marks, right? මේ තියෙන final ලගේ, right? This is final marks. The final marks 15 and 20. Okay, right. The paper 1 and paper 2 no? Right. Okay, so the MCQ part lamai. MCQ part containing, see lamai, this from civil part there are, oh sorry, from civil part there are how many questions? Yeah, 14. Mechanical also 14. Electrical and electronic also 14. So one will comes from introduction to engineering technology. Lama, it's sometimes it will, right? Sometimes, right? There will be a one questions from introduction to engineering technology, right? So the next one is engineering drawings. There are 2 or 3 questions will comes from this lesson, and standard measurements and instrumentation here also. So sometimes there will be a one question, so sometimes there will not, right? Sometimes no questions, right? And the industrial health and safety, there will be a 1 or 2 questions. And engineering standards and specification, here also there will be a 1 or 2 questions. The last one is entrepreneurships. Yes, entrepreneurship and management also there will be a 1 or 2 questions, right? So these questions will change, right? So some years it change, but overall, right? If overall, we consider growth overall, so the content 14, right? Maybe there is the main overall, right? If I discuss That means overall summary is this, right? මේක තියෙන overall summary. It can be changed, right? So ඔයා මට කියන්න එන්න එපා දැන් 2028 දී 14ක් ආවේ නැහැ. ඒක තමයි කියන්නේ. It can be changed ළමයි, right? It depend with the who the paper කවුද අපේ මේ paper එක හදන කෙනා මතනේ. It depend with මේ ඒක නිසා, right? Okay, so therefore, but overall summary like this, right? It depends, but the or for the get idea like this. Okay, so then we can move on to our structured part lama, right? So the total, you have to answer the total 4 questions, right? You already know the structured part containing 4 questions, right? You can't see the screen, no? It's okay. So I will discuss. You can't, no? Go here. Wait, lama. I will change the background. Then okay. So now I think you can. Yeah. So I think now okay, ne? Right. See, lama. So structured part containing 4 questions. Allocated marks is 15. Marks is 15. Total allocated marks are 15. Right. The 15 marks allocated. Right. See, Lamai, there are 4 questions. The question number 1 will containing engineering drawing lesson, right? Here there is a pattern lama. Then a pattern right? There's a pattern, right? So according to that pattern, the first question definitely will be drawing, right? Drawing, right? The second and third part, the questions will comes combining all civil, mechanical, and electrical lessons, right? All lessons. And the last part means question number 4 will comes from health and safety and entrepreneurship management, right? So that question will comes from this lesson. These two lessons, right? These two lessons. Sometimes measurements and engineering specification lessons also can include, right? Okay, so here the total lessons, right? There are total 4 questions. You have to answer all these questions, right? You have to answer all these questions, right? For one question, right? Lama, see. So the total marks is 15. The structured part allocated marks is allocated mark 15, right? The 15 marks allocated for the structured part. So therefore, one question for one question. So one question 15 we need to divide by 4, then answer is 3.75, right? So allocated marks for, right, net allocated marks, right? This is net 1, right? This net allocated mark 3.75. So here also 3.75, right? Same 3.75, right? 3.75. 3.75 තමයි හම්බෙන්නේ ළම. 3 oh 3.75 3.75 ඔන්න marks ප්‍රමාණය. එච්චරයි හම්බෙන්නේ 3.75. The total marks 3.75 ඔන්න වැඩි. Right? Okay. The total will be 50. Right? Okay. හරි නේද? Then we can move on to our essay part නේ. Essay part ළමයි. So essay part for the allocate 20 marks allocated for the essay part, no? The 20 marks. The total 20 marks allocated for the essay part. 20. The total 20 marks allocated for the essay part. But lamai, but so this essay part containing, there are 6 questions. The total 6 questions contain this is a part, right? So from these 6 questions, you should select 4 questions, right? You should answer for 4 questions, right? Wow, ඔක්කොම questions 4කට answer මේ උත්තර සපයන්න ඕන, right? Okay. So part B, part C, and part D. So part A is structured one, right? Structured is part A. Again, අපේ structure එක part A, ඊට පස්සේ part B, part C, and part D, right? The part B sometimes civil or mechanical, this one. The part B civil. The part C electrical, electrical and electronic. The part D mechanical, let's assume, right? එහෙම වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මෙයා civil වෙලා, මෙයා mechanical වෙලා, මෙයා electrical and electronic වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක depend වෙනවා, right? It will change with the paper in year, right? Right. So this part containing two question lamai. Question 2 question. The question 1, Q1 and Q2. Right. So here also containing 2 questions, Q1, oh, Q1 and Q2. So same thing. Here also containing Q1 and Q2. 2 questions. Then total 6 questions, no? The total 6 questions, right? So from these 6 questions, you should select you should select you should select 4 questions, right? You should select 4 questions, right? You should select 4 questions, right? So the 4 question, but there is a condition, right? There is a condition. The condition is you have to select 1 question from each part. May හැම එකකින්ම from every part හැම එකකින්ම 1 question එක ගන්න තෝරගන්නත් ඕන, right? That's a condition, right? You have to select 1 questions, right? From 1 question for every part. That means, so assume I will select this question 1, and from part C question 2, and part D question 1, right? So the 1 question remain. That question I will select in Q2. So then total 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, right. The total 20 marks. So we need to answer 4 questions. We need to answer 4 questions. Then 20 divided by 4. That means 5 marks allocated for 1 question, right? The 5 marks allocated for 1 question. The 5 marks allocated for 1 question. Lamai, give me a minute. Right, I will adjust the light. Right. No, okay. No, okay. Ne? Right. Okay. So Lamai, right? The part for 5 marks allocated for 1 question. Then total will be 20. Right. So Lamai, that right. Okay. So then yeah, our paper structure. So written paper structure. It's paper structure. Right. Okay. So then right. Then our practical exam. Lamai, practical exams also, right? Allocate 3 hours allocated for the practical exam. 3 hours, right? The total 3 hours allocated. Here, this is 3 hour exam. 3 hours, ne? Yeah, 3 hour exam mega. right? 3 hour exam, 3 hour, right? Allocated this practical exam, right? Practical exam, right? So for the 2025 students practicals starting on, I think, March, starting on this month. Yeah, March 6, right? Yeah, March 6, March 6, right? May මාසේ 6 පටන් ගන්නවා. So I also participate for that exam, practical board, for the as examiner, right? So therefore, so that's why I plan to do the introduction sessions today. Today I plan. That's why I conduct this introduction session today. So if not, I will do this introduction sessions on Saturday 7:30, right? So our normal class date is Saturday 7:30, am I right? But today I conduct this session. The reason is I also attend to A level practical board examiner, the practical board as examiner. So that's why I conduct this session earlier, right? The practical exam. The practical exam lamai mainly divided as 3 parts. So I earlier also we categorize these, civil, mechanical, and electrical tronic, right? The civil mean, for the civil part there are two questions. For the civil part, Q1 and Q2, there are two questions. And for the mechanical part also, there are two questions, Q1 and Q2. And electrical tronic parts also, Q1 and Q2, there are two questions. The total 6 questions, right? There are 6 practicals, right? There are 6 practicals you should do, right? You have to do, you need to do these 6 practicals. So if you can do all these practical correctly, yes, so you can get 30 marks. 30 marks. So you can get 30 marks. So that means for one question, 30 divided by 6, 30 divided by 6, right? The 30 divided by 6 mean lamai 5, no? So allocated, the 5 marks allocated for one question. 5 marks allocated for one question, right? The total, right? The then total will be 30. So if you can correctly do all these practical, right? If you can do all these practical correctly, so then you can get this 30 marks, right? So this 30 marks, right? So I will guide you, right? I will guide you for this, right? So if you can work hard, and if you can study, and if you can uh, work for your future, so then I will guide you and you can achieve that target, right? So therefore always try to work a target, right? And when I'm target එකට වැඩ කරන්න, so then only you can do whatever you want. So if not, you can't do anything, right? So nothing has happened without work, right? Nothing has happened. අපිට කිසිම දෙයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ මහන්සි වෙන්නේ නැතුව වැඩ කරන්නේ නැතුව, right? So therefore you have to work, right? You have to work hard, so then only you can do anything, right? Whatever you want, right? So assume right, okay, it's okay. Right, කතා කරන්න ගිහම ඊට පස්සේ අමතක වෙනවා පාඩම, right? Okay, right. The practical exam totally 6 questions, containing 6 questions, right? The total allocated time, right? There are 3 hours allocated, 3 hours allocated. So 30 marks allocated, right? 30 marks allocated. So the total questions, right? There are the total 6 questions, right? The common questions හයකට ඔයා answer කරන්න ඕන, right? Okay, so right, that's all about the exam, right? That's all about the exam. I think, yes, that's all about the exam, right? That's all about the exam. Right, okay, then I will move on to my next part, degree programs, right? As a technology student, right? As a technology student, so you can apply these degree programs, right? So here I have included all government university degree programs, right? So and so there are some private university degree programs, and there are universities and university colleges. So you can apply for these uh, mm, colleges or universities also, right? So but so here I have included university degree programs can apply for engineering technology student, right? Engineering technology student, right? Engineering technology student. So these all degree programs, right? Programs can apply for the engineering technology students, right? The first one is a Bachelor of Engineering Technology Horns, right? The Bachelor of Engineering Technology Horns, right? So we can get, right? So doing all these degrees, right? So we can get BET Honors degree. So BET Honors mean lamai, that's a 4-year degree program. So here the BET Honors mean that's a 4-year degree program. They can make a අවුරුදු 4ක් යනවා. General නම් අවුරුදු 3යි ළමයි. General degree එකක් නම් අවුරුදු 3යි. Special කියලා ඔය දාන්නේ. BS special SP කියලා වැටුනොත් එහෙම 4-year degree එකක්. Honors එකක් වැටෙනවා. Honors තියනවා කියලා කියන්නේ that's 4-year degree program. Normal degree එකක් නම් 3 years, right? ඒක නිසා so we, right? So all these degree programs are 4 years, right? That means 4 years 8 semester. So for 1 year 2 semester. Semester දෙකයි අවුරුද්දට. So then total 8 semesters exam, right? Right. Okay, so the first one, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. So these are all technology students' dream university, right? Dream university. It's my university. Okay, so this, if you want to select for this university, so you should take highest marks. So then only you can come to this faculty. Wonderful and wow, right? Superb, right? Like a super university. Available unknown ළමයි හැමතින්ම superior, right? So therefore, if you need to come our university, right? So if you need to come select to our university, right? To my university, so you have to work hard like me. So then only you can come to this, to my university, right? If not, you can't, right? Right. So please try to make a target. Then only so you can achieve your goal, right? So dreams, right? So there is a difference between dreams and targets, right? To achieve all these targets, we have to work hard. But dreams, we don't need to work hard. So dreams mean dreams, lama. So you don't need to work for that. Dreams, no. But if you have a target, so if you have a target, so to achieve that target, definitely you need to work. So then only, right, you can achieve that target. So if not, you can't, never, right? Okay, right. The University of Sri Javardhanapura, best university for the engineering technology, right? So for the students can get Bachelor of Engineering Technology Honors degree, right? Bachelor of Engineering Technology Honors degree, right? So and also Japura students, right? අපිට තියෙනවා දැන් IESL උත් හම්බෙලා තියෙනවා. IESL accreditation එකක් Japura අයට හම්බෙලා තියෙනවා, right? So IESL ඔය IESL එක කියන්නේ, so what's IESL mean? IESL, IESL, IESL. ඔය ඉංජිනේර්වරුන්ගේ සංගමය තමයි වෙන්නේ. ශ්‍රී ලංකා ඉංජිනේර්වරුන්ගේ සංගමය. right? IESL, right? එතකොට Institution of Engineering Sri Lanka, IESL, Institution of Engineering Sri Lanka, Engineering Sri Lanka මොනම නමක් තියෙනවද මතක නැහැ, right? එතකොට exactly, I don't remember the name, right? So IESL, so we got IESL accreditation also, right? Right. So yeah, then next one is University of Kelaniya. You can apply for the University of Jaffna, Ruhuna, Rajarata, right? So you can apply for these all universities, right? Rajarata, new new on the faculty, right? Rajarata and Wayamba, right? Wayamba, නැනෝ එකක් තියෙන ළමයි නැනෝ ටෙක්නොලොජිත් තියෙනවා මෙයාලගේ YM එකේ නැනෝ තියෙනවා right then ඌව වෙල්ලස්ස right ඌව වෙල්ලස්ස then University of Colombo right then Sabaragamu University right so you can apply these all universities right so you can apply these all your universities right so these all universities right all universities and degree programs right so as engineering technology student you can apply this or any all these degree programs right okay so then lamai our next part here so in the beginning I mentioned that right if you select as your third subject as ICT as your third subject yes there is a there are some extra chance there is an extra opportunity එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා කිව්වනේ right so that opportunity is this see lamai right so assume so here the meaning is lamai so if you select as your third subject right ICT right ICT right ICT. So you can apply for these courses, right? The first one is University of Sri Javardhanapura Bachelor of Information and Communication Technology Honors, right? On a third degree, right? So you can apply for this degree program. Then Kelani also, University of Vaunia, Ruhuna, Eastern, Rajarata, Colombo, right? So you can apply these degree programs, right? So these all degree programs can apply for the BST students, right? BST and ET, both students, or BST and ET, right? ET, the both students can apply, but all these students should do ICT as their third subject. So then only you can apply for these degree programs, right? Okay, so these degree programs. Okay, right. So then we can move on to our last part. Last part mean lamai. Thank you, no? Right, but wait, don't leave. Right. Okay. So here, right, right. Engineering technology. Okay. Sorry. Right. So today in this introduction session, so I discuss about the engineering technology subject, right? So and about the exam structure, paper structure, and subject content, right? So these everything we learn in this part, right? We learn, right? Okay. So and I will share an example paper. That means example paper. All paper එකකුත් අපි බලමුකෝ. Right. Right. I will share the paper. Yes, this one. ඊළම right. This A level paper, right? මේකත් A level paper එකක්. මේ තියෙන A level paper එක. Right. So A level paper බලන්නකෝ. General Certificate of Education Advanced Level Examination 2028 21 right මේ 2001 2021 paper එක see 2021 exam paper right here all questions right මෙතන කතාව කියලා තියෙනවා so there are some instruction for the students right answer all questions write your index number in the space provided in the answer sheet right instructions are given on the back right okay so then there are so these are MCQ part right this means part paper 1 65E engineering technology paper 1 right paper 1 right paper 1 MCQ there are 50 questions the 50 questions see lamai so this first question comes from engineering measurement types and instrumentation part මේකේ තියෙන එකේ then the second one comes from basic electrical technology. Yes, basic electrical technology, right? It's common question. The consideration follows statement, production sector. This comes from my the export produce economy, then import substitution. This comes from uh, entrepreneurships, right? Entrepreneurship management, right? The fourth question come from drawing. This one drawing, and this one also comes from drawing. Uh, to consider following statement regarding the market. So here entrepreneurship. Uh, so what is the correct statement regarding the basic management? He same ne. Right? So likewise, these questions, the these questions where comes from electrical part, see? Electrical parts, transformers, all those. This from the question number 32, 31, 32, 33, and 34, 35, 36, 37, no, 36, 30 to 36 questions comes from basic electronic technology, right? Right, maybe, right? So, and this say 45 questions come from basic motion types and power transmission system. So this one also comes from the lesson. uh, this one 47, 48, and comes from civil basic building technology. This one comes from production lesson, production technology. Last one also comes from production technology, right? Okay, so then our paper 2 my paper 2 mean part 2. 65E2 මේ මෙතන part 2 කියලා තියෙන්නේ, right? The part 2, 3 hours allocated time බලන්න 3 hours allocated නේ, right? So use and also so additional reading times also included, at least additional 10 minutes, right? The total 200 minutes නේ, ඔක්කොම 200ක් තියෙනවා විනාඩි 200 minutes 2 නෑ 190 minutes නේ, 190 190 minutes. Okay. Right. So this part A. So here part A. Part A structured essay. The part A means structured essay. Answer all 4 questions on this paper, on this question paper itself. Right. Make him answer. Right. So earlier I mentioned that no, the first question comes from engineering drawing. Yes. So it comes from engineering drawing. So then dot paper, right? Okay, then second third one comes from civil mechanical and electrical electronic ne? Then the last question mean question number 4 comes from, oh where's my question number 4? See, so this one comes from entrepreneurship management and health and safety. Sometimes engineering standards also included, right? Right, then our essay part, right? මෙතන කියනවා මේ answer for see ළමයි that condition මේ answer 4 questions only selecting at least one question each from part B C D කියලා තියෙනවානේ. That's right. Answer 4 questions only selecting at least one question each from parts B C D, right? Only one question එක අනිවාර්යෙන් select කරගන්න ඕනේ, right? Marks allocated for each question 100, but we discussed about 5 marks mean lamai the net value 5 marks කියලා අපි කතා කරන්නේ. බලන්නකෝ allocated marks මේ බලන්නකෝ marks allocated for each question is 100 marks ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා, but so I told you, right, 5 marks allocated for one question. Yes, so this, so assume you got 80 marks, right? So this for why question number 5, right? you got 80 marks, right? That 80 marks we should divide by 20, right? So assume, see, so if the total 100 marks, no, sorry, 100, no, 100 marks, no. So this 100 marks we should divide by 20. So then our net value will come. The net value is 5, right? So to get this, your value is 4. The net value is 4. So if you got 80 marks for this question number 5, right? If you got 80 marks for this question number 5, so your net value is 4. And the 4 mean you are ඔයාට ලකුණු 4යි හම්බෙන්නේ. මේ 80ක් ගත්තට මේක බෙදුනහම අවසානට ඔයාට ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ your final marks is 4. Right? Marks is 4. Yeah, final mark එක 4. Right? So that's the thing, right? මේ හැම එකම 20ෙන් බෙදෙනවා. Right? Civil technology. See the part B, essay civil technology. Right? This part B containing 2 questions. Question 5 and question 6. See, question 5 and question 6. Then question 7 in part C. Part C, electrical and electronic technology. Part C. So here 7 and 8 in part C, under part C. Then part D, essay or mechanical technology. Sorry, part D, mechanical technology. The question number 9 and 10, eh? Yeah, 9 and 10. In question number 9 and 10, part D. The total 6 question, but you should answer for 4 question. But the condition, you should always remember that condition. That condition is what? So at least you should select one section from each or every 3 parts. අර තියෙන 3 parts වලින් අර parts තුනෙන් ගානේ හොයන්න each 3 parts. Okay, right. So here, so here end of the paper, right? This is right. Okay, right. So then our the next thing is lamai. So I mentioned that. So I also need to participate for the A level exam practical board, no? So that practical will start on will be held will start on March 6. I with the Patanga, right? Will start on March 6, no? March 6 Patanga. So I also need to participate as examiner. Therefore, I can't start the class earlier, right? So the Saturday, most of the time I couldn't conduct the class. So I don't know, but sometimes I will, sometimes I can't, right? So I will let you know through the WhatsApp groups, right? I will inform you through the WhatsApp groups. Please keep the update. Update again. The other thing, so our permanent time, right, for online and physicals, right? So our online classes, Lamai. So these online classes going on, our online classes, online classes going on Saturday, right? Saturday 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. to, right? 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. right? 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. right? 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. right? Okay, right. Online classes going on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m., right? The p.m., right? And the physical class, right? The will physical class physical class, right? Physical class also Saturday, uh yes, 1:30 to 3:30, 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. 1:30 to 3:30 p.m., right? 1:30 to 3:30, sorry, 1 p.m. to 3:30, sorry, 1 p.m. to 3:30, right? 1 p.m. to 3:30, uh at Sasip, Nugegod. Sasip, right? Sasip, Nugegod. Nugegod, right? Sasip, right? So you can participate our physical online classes, right? So if you need more details about our class or our program, uh, I forgot to discuss about our class program, no, about the class program. Okay, I will later, I will discuss, right? So my phone number, right? My phone number is 0768773, right? So you can text me. You have any doubt or any questions about our, right, any questions, right? So if you have any kind of questions, right, so you can text me, so then I will help you to, I will guide you, right, to solve all your questions, solve your question, right? And if I discuss about our class program, right, I will cover all the syllabus before 2 months the exam. So that means අපි හැම වෙලාවෙම මාස දෙකකට කලින් ඉවර වෙනවා, right? All lessons, right? All lessons have a lesson has a unit, right? Unit test, right? That's unit test, right? You should participate. And we have a term plan. That means we have, you need to face unit, the term test also, right? We conduct a term test, right? Term test also. We rank your we rank you again අපි ඔයාලව rank කරනවා, right? And paper discussion, right? So all the units contain a unit test, right? There is a unit test, no? And you have a term test, right? Term test, unit test, and extra classes also I will arrange later, right? Later I will arrange extra classes also. And you have for every lesson you have a print, right? You have a printed lesson or a printed tube එකක් හම්බ, right? So you can have a printed tube, right? So you can use this printed tube for your study works, right? Okay, for the online students, right? I right, for the online students, uh right, for the online students, so I will, right, we will post your tubes in the end of the month, right? So end of the month අපි මාසය අන්තිමේදී we post your tubes, right? So I need your details, the details. Yeah, I need your name, right? I need your name, right? I need your name to post your details, right? To post your tubes, I need your name and address, right? Address and two TP numbers, two telephone numbers. I need two, right? Two TP numbers, right? Two TP numbers, right? Two TP numbers, right? So I need these details, right? Okay, so that's all about today's session, right? Okay, that's all about today's session. So the questions, right? The one question, right? Yes. Okay, right? I need name, address and two TP numbers, right? Okay, so you have some questions, Alaman? If you have any kind of questions, please drop a message. Then I will check and yes, right. Okay, so that's all about today's session, right? It's all about today's session, and yes, okay, right. That's all about our today's. Wait, I will show you a tunes. Wait. Give me a minute, lama, yeah. Okay, right. So you can have this kind of printed tube for all lessons, right? And you have this kind of unit test, right? Exams, right? Let's see. Exam papers තියෙනවා මේ විදිහට ලස්සන මගේ නම ගහලා මේ, right? So right, this is our class program, right? So these things, so if you have any kind of questions or any doubt about our class or about technology stream or about schools, right? So some students need hard to find English medium schools, right? So please let me know, so I will help you, I will guide you for these things, right? Okay, so these things I will, for these things I will guide you, right? Okay, please drop a message, and if you have any kind of questions, so that's all about today's session. So if you have any kind of questions, please drop a message. Okay, so thank you all, and I bow one. Good night, students.